U.S.C. It's a brand new paid caliber. $700 for it. Told the pin was broke. The pin popped out of it because it was mishandling when it was placed on there, right? It's the new joints that's on there now. Due to the fuckery that was done, made my motherfucking calipers break. And that's how my brakes let loose. Now I'm damn near in danger, so I'm talking about all 4 of them. That's one. That's 2. And it's the 3rd one. So what you seen was my caliber. One of my calibers broke off while I was driving. Now mind you, I own my own transportation business. Tribe Transportation, Revolutionary Innovative Black Enterprise. So what happened, y'all, while I was on my route, my brake pads, now early this morning, I had a strong sensation, strong feeling that was telling me, man, about 8 o'clock in the morning, call my mechanic, having to put new brake pads on my whip. You know, black people like, nah, I get it some other time. He might be busy. But the ancient ones been told me, get the brake pads on. I'm like, okay, but I get the brake pads on. I get them on later on the day. So I spent off on it. Now, mind you, while I'm busy out and about, I had a strong feeling telling me, stop what you're doing, go home, you know what I mean? Rest up, da-da-da-da, you know what I mean? And I thought about listening to it. I said, you know what, I am. When I crossed to this certain point, I didn't listen. I said, man, I got money hungry. And right when I was about to cross over to the bridge, to get off into the bridge, to get on the highway, man, guess what happened? My back left. I didn't know what the hell was going on. All I know, when it came to a stop, and the stoplight, right, I was mashing on the brakes, and I mashed down on the brake, and it started to go all the way to the floor, and the car kept coasting. It was about to coast into traffic. Luckily, it was enough fluid that allowed it to stop, and I shifted gear from D to L. That helped slow it down, and I was able to turn off, Man, that could have been a tragedy. It could have been a tragedy because I was on my way to get on the highway. Now, if I'd have got on the highway and my brakes had went out, so what actually happened was, after I looked at it, a mechanic looked at it, because it was knocking, it was making all type of noise. But to find out, the pin in my caliber, from what my mechanic said, was the person who did it wrong or something, you know what I mean? But I don't believe that the people who did my calibers, who painted my calibers, man, $700, $800. Now I gotta pay about maybe $1, $2.75 or $1.75. That's $175 just to get that one spray painted, because now it's offset. However, it do match my my muffler is blue and silver. But so what ultimately ended up happening, per my mechanic, what he said was that what happened, I believe that I'm thinking, because I done had my calibers going on a year, no issues, right? I got new tires on my car. You know, I figured the snow, let me get some new tires on. I paid attention to every last one but that one. I turned my head and I was paying attention to homeboy who was taking my tire off and putting my rims back on, and I want my rims scarred up, so I had to watch it. So I turned this way and I missed out on it. So my intuition telling me that that young cat who put my tire on, because another cat that was in his ear, scuttled my shit up for me to have an accident. But the ancient ones protected me like always. But let me tell you what ended up happening was, the reason why I was making it, because when my caliber pin popped out or whatever, one of my brake pads came off, and it was just one brake pad on, and it was mashing up on it, and it was pretty much, after that came out, the brake fluid oil was leaking. Luckily, the same day, I was able to pay for, I got some gold pads. Well, the good thing about gold pads, when you return them back to AutoZone, they give your money back. So the caliber itself cost me about maybe $1.75, $1.50. And then the brake pads must have been like $85. Gold brake pads good, take them back. When they wear out, you take them back, they give you your $85 back for them return ones. So that's the benefit of that, man. I just wanted to fill y'all in, man, with a little quick story time, because when you think about it, this happened, y'all, listen. This happened on the 4th, right? This happened on the 4th. Being that happened on the 4th, you got to understand that the math involved with the 4th. Hold on. With the math being involved with the 4th, right? Being that it's being November the 4th, that happened, when you do the math from November the 4th, November, October, November, December, that's 11. Plus the 4th day, you're talking about numerology. 11 equals 2. You got to add it up to its finite. 2, then 4 is 6. 2023. 2 plus 5 is 7. 6 and 7 equal 13. So on that 13th mathematical day, and 1 and 3 equal 4, it was a formula that was used to try to sacrifice and have me popped off that day. Pay attention to math, and everything is dealing with math, because when you're dealing with certain type of people, a certain type of regimes use math to try to empower what it is they doing. But when you protect it and you have the divine with you and around you, don't matter the math. So stay tuned in. Always do your libations, and pay attention to everything that's going on. 1.